President Trump wants to pull the troops out of Afghanistan sooner rather than later. There's a plan to slowly remove them and have them all out. I think it's by February or something. Let me just say this up front, okay? I am not a big Trump guy, okay? I didn't vote for Trump in 2016, and my plan for the 2020 election was to vote for Tulsi Gabbard, most likely. But now that she's out of the race, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know for sure. Okay. While I'm not necessarily on the Trump train, I'm also not a victim of what the conservatives like to call TDS, or Trump derangement syndrome, where I can't give Trump credit for anything, and I just walk around screaming, "Orange man bad." I'm not a fan of his language and rhetoric and many of his policies and ideas, but I am 100% in favor of bringing our troops home as soon as possible. That being said, there are a fair amount of people trying to block this, arguing against this. People who were previously anti-war and complained for the last almost 20 years that we shouldn't be in Afghanistan and we need to bring our troops home. And now they're arguing against it because orange man bad. Because it's Donald Trump that wants to bring them home. So suddenly, people who are previously anti-war are arguing against bringing our men and women home. This is madness. It's crazy that it's gotten to this point that people will flip their own morals and ideas just to be on the opposite end of someone else. This is insane. It's like our entire country has ODD, oppositional defiant disorder. Usually something that kids have. A lot of kids with like ADD will have this. Where they just fight to fight. Fight to be against the other. So there are a host of things I don't like about the current president, but two very important things that he has done or plan to do, two important things I think that are positive that have happened since Trump's been in office in his first 4 years are no new wars. We haven't gone to a new place to start war. And, he brings troops home and plans to bring more home. He brought troops home from Syria. He wants to bring troops home from Afghanistan. And I don't understand why the people who normally would rally for that are fighting against it. I mean, I do understand it. I understand that it's just because of who it is that wants to do it. Here's the thing. A lot of the arguments against it are that, if we pull them out too quickly, it's going to create a power vacuum. It's going to create chaos. And we've seen this happen before. We've seen it in Iraq, and we've seen it when we took out the leader of Syria, and then there was a crazy power vacuum. These things happen, right? But the thing is, they're going to happen. They're going to happen if we pull our troops out now. They're going to happen if we pull our troops out in 10 years. And they're going to happen if we pull our troops out 20 years from now. We're not going to get around that. We're not going to get around that. Us being there is somewhat of a deterrent, and things are going to get a little wacky when we leave. But the longer we stay there, the more blood that's on our hands. 10,000 civilians died in Afghanistan last year. 100,000 in the last 10 years. Civilians. These aren't enemy combatants. These aren't Taliban forces. These aren't even U.S. military. These are civilians. And a portion of those deaths are on us. That's a fact. It's a fact. If we weren't there, some of those people would still be alive. Not to mention our own military personnel who are being injured and killed over there as well. Those are just the civilians I was talking about. So we've been there almost 20 years. You realize how long that is? I remember when we first went over there. I was a junior in high school. A junior in high school. I'm 35 now. This is crazy, dude. Crazy. We're not going to fix Afghanistan. We're not going to fix the problems there. It doesn't matter how long we stay there. We're not going to make it how we think it should be. It's not going to happen. Now, I used to get into these. I used to kind of be on the other side of this, okay? Because I believe the same thing about, like, yeah, man, we can't just pull our troops out. That'll create chaos. Like, dude, it was chaos before. It's chaos while we're over there. And it's going to get bad when we leave. We can't keep using it as an excuse just to stay there for decades. We've been there longer than the Vietnam War, which everyone said was like the crazy, longest, fucking, most horrible thing ever. But we're doing it in Afghanistan. It's insane that we even have this argument right now. We shouldn't be there, period. Okay? It's time to come home. It's past time to come home. And some people are also arguing that, the president only wants to do this to bring the troops home before November so it can help his campaign. So he can campaign on the fact that he brought the troops home. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care if that's the only reason. I don't care if that's the only reason he wants to do it. I don't care if his reasoning is 100% selfish and he doesn't actually care about the troops or the civilians. I don't care if it actually gets him reelected. I don't care if that's what gets him reelected. We got to bring him home.